You might not think a place known for its steak also has great nightlife.
Yeah, but unless you're thinking about Anthony's, great for hosting a banquet or popping in the Ozone for a night out with friends.
Yes, Executive Chef Rory Franco makes sure the food is delicious no matter where you're going, no matter what you have planned. Good to see you, Chef.
Thank you.
What are you making here today?
I'm making two things. These are on the buffet menu that we're having in the ballroom. I'm making beef bourguignon, which is kind of a fancy name for beef stew.
Yeah, beef bourguignon.
I always think of that as like something Julia Child would have made.
She made this really one of the popular dishes, the French cooking.
She did this dish?
This dish is one of her.
Kayla, you're on point.
That's
you know
right.
your Julia Child's
I may
cooking.
not know my Italian food, but I know my French.
Fantastic.
There we go.
So what goes into this? How do you make this?
This is basically veal stock, right? And then you take tender pieces of beef and cook them for a really long time.
How long? How long are you cooking those?
About 3 hours. You want them just to basically,
Yeah, slow cooking.
Now, is there wine in there as well?
Yeah, red wine.
I can almost, it's got that kind of a hint. It's almost like a Merlot brown kind of shade.
and
It smells fantastic.
The aroma fills the whole studio here. And then what do you have in the other pan over there?
This is a honey glaze for the salmon. We're on the buffet line. We're going to do a honey glazed salmon with balsamic vinegar. So it's kind of a honey balsamic.
What goes into that?
I did butter, shallots, and garlic, and then I did infused honey thyme that I make in the house.
So do you cook down the garlic and the shallots prior to putting the honey in?
Yeah. So I did the shallots, garlic first with the butter and the olive oil, and then I added the balsamic to stop the cooking, and then add the honey in there.
Well, and it's got just the perfect consistency. When I cook at home, my sauces never turn out quite that perfect.
And the honey thickens it up, and excuse me, the honey's got a good flavor.
Well, and I think of this too, like the weather right there, that -8 there at the bottom of the screen. It's just the kind of perfect stick to your ribs. And do you serve this over anything, or do you just eat it just like you would a bowl of soup?
Well, with the offerings that we have on the buffet, it's kind of like make your own meal. We have the mashed potatoes, the veggies, right? So this is perfect kind of thing to put your mashed potatoes down and then just pour this right over the top. And we're going to set the line up so it kind of makes sense that you can go in order and basically make your own plate. You know what I mean? There's a lot of heavy things on there.
Well, let's talk about.
So you need just a little bit of each.
This is kind of like,
everything.
this is probably one of the lighter things on the menu. We got roasted veggies, which is good. And then we're also doing lobster mac and cheese. Which
is not a lighter thing, but it's a delicious thing, that's for sure.
As you're cooking this down, would you explain to us, let's break this down even further, what we're doing, because you have there's two New Year's Eve parties in one. You got the ballroom, and then you got the Ozone, right?
Right.
There's two separate parties. So if you can see on the screen right there, two different prices, etc.
So what's going on in the ballroom? Because there's a prime rib buffet. We've mentioned all the other things that are on the buffet. We should not fail to mention there'll be prime rib as well. So that's $50 per person. That's a buffet. So people need to make reservations for that, I would assume, as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think they're filling up as we speak.
And there's live music in the ballroom as well. Now, is that going to be going on throughout the night as people are kind of serving themselves?
It'll happen after 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock's the last seating for the food. And then we'll have Bozak and Morrissey in the ballroom and the Echophonics in the Ozone. The Ozone's open seating, but I think you know as well as anybody that's ever been to the Ozone on a busy night, it's kind of,
it rotates.
You got to get in there before otherwise you're going to be standing.
Well, and I happened to talk to Mr. Eck from Echophonic, and he said tables are maybe even sold out for that party, but you can still go in, get the opportunity to listen to the band. And then what about for people who want to go in, maybe get the Echophonic, kind of the vibe of Ozone? What can they order? Because it's not going to be prime rib buffet in the Ozone, right?
They can order off the actual dinner menu.
The prime bites are on the dinner menu.
Oh, yeah.
Prime bites are on the dinner menu. If you've never had the prime bites, they're fantastic.
Prime bites will never go away. I think they're kind of a staple for the restaurant.
Now break it down, because some people have probably been to the Ozone and some people have probably been to Anthony's, but there might be people who haven't crossed over. If you go into the Ozone for a night out, can you order off the same menu, or is it totally a different, like more of a bar-based menu?
They have the same menu, and then after like certain time frames, they open a Ozone menu, which is more bar-themed food.
Let's talk about reservations. The reservations, you kind of touched on this, you're almost full for the banquet side, right? The party room. And possibly the Ozone, really what you want to do is call.
Yeah.
You want to get on the phone and you want to call, because we can't hash this out in 3 minutes over TV. We don't have the reservation list, so give them a call. And then also the bonus $10 gift card.
Gift card.
Is that still going on? It says now until Christmas on the graphic.
I think there's a few left you can actually still get. I think we have a
if
few
you drop
available.
Rory's name, you're good to go.
Maybe you can. Yeah,
totally fine.
Or say Tony, the owner.
Yeah.
this time of year, obviously you're gearing up for New Year's, but we think about how cold it is. Does your menu at Anthony's, does it change seasonally? Will you have some kind of comfort food specials?
Oh, most definitely. I think we're going to try to change the menu seasonally. And like I said, Anthony's is a big steak and potatoes place, and that's my favorite things to cook.
Me too.
Comfort food. So I promise to bring steak and potatoes and comfort food like this right here.
I love it.
Shall we go ahead
let's
and
dish it up.
Yeah.
All right. Dish it up?
Yeah, let's dish it up.
Okay, the
What
glaze.
are you going for,
the glaze
Mike?
ready? Well, I like the beef.
Yeah, I was eyeballing the salmon.
You can't go wrong with the salmon.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, the sauce on that looks fantastic.
It does. So this is gonna be on the buffet.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll probably do whole sides of this. We might do pieces. We haven't kind of decided, but
I would do mashed potatoes with the salmon too. I would do mashed potatoes with my prime rib. I would do mashed potatoes with my mashed potatoes. So let's go ahead and give this a try. And are these items that people can get just on the New Year's buffet, or are these available on the menu as well?
these are the buffet items only. But if they work out, you know.
Oh wow.
That glaze takes salmon to a whole new level. It's amazing.
Definitely something
The way that he cooks the salmon takes the salmon to a whole new level. Wow, that is phenomenal.
The meat here is so tender. What kind of cut is this?
I actually use prime rib on this.
That's prime rib?
Well,
oh my God, it's so tender.
God bless you for it. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, like I said, if I was going through the line, I would grab a big bowl of mashed potatoes.
The meat is so tender.
Put this
And then we've
right
got,
over the top
I see
of
what, carrot and onion. Look,
and celery.
You're even making my plate look pretty. And see, you're getting your vegetables too, so you're eating healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy.
As well.
It's fantastic. Hey, listen, you want to make reservations as soon as possible. Today, maybe tomorrow, that might be the last day because they're going quickly. AnthonySteakhouse.com. I'd give them a call, 402-331-7575. Right there, south of I-80 off 72nd Street. Chef, good to see you.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And have some great parties.
Thank you. You bet.
Wow,
Anthony's.
phenomenal.
That's delicious.
Can't miss those. Thank you,
Okay,
Chef.
Author Julia.